Keep track of all the books, journal articles, websites, legislation, tweets, and all of the sources you draw on in the course of your essay so that you can cite and reference them. Failure to cite and reference your sources is plagiarism, so it is important to get this right. If you've been asked to cite and reference your sources in OSCOLA, here's how to do it. Step 1 is to find your style guide. OSCOLA has 2 parts and sometimes 3. A tiny superscript number that briefly interrupts the body of your text to indicate a footnote, and it's essentially saying, here I am drawing on something I've read here. And then there's the footnote itself, which includes enough information for anybody looking for your source to be able to find it. Longer works like books and theses may also require a third part, a bibliography, listing all your secondary sources, that is, not cases or legislation. Check with your lecturer if they require this third element for your assignment. A style guide will tell you exactly what your footnotes and, if required, the references in your bibliography need to look like. The style guide we recommend for OSCOLA here in DCU is called Cite Them Right. To find Cite Them Right, go to the library website and click on Learning Support. Then click on Citing and Referencing. Scroll down the page and click on Cite Them Right. Then click on Cite Them Right online. You will be prompted for your DCU username and password at this point. In Cite Them Right, click on Choose Your Referencing Style. Scroll down the page and click on OSCOLA. You'll then select the type of source you want to cite and reference from the quick links at the top or from the fuller list of options below. For example, it shows me how to cite and reference printed books, journal articles, newspaper articles. You get the idea. Examples in Cite Them Right are UK-based, but we can apply the same principles in an Irish context. As a cross-check, I recommend you bookmark the OSCOLA Ireland Quick Reference Guide. And because OSCOLA uses abbreviated forms of both legal sources like law reports and the names of courts, I suggest you also bookmark the highly useful Cardiff Index to Legal Abbreviations. Use it to decipher citations from elsewhere. And to correctly construct your own. I'm going to show you how to correctly cite and reference a case and then a journal article in OSCOLA using Cite Them Right as your style guide. Irish cases may be reported in the Irish Reports or the Irish Law Reports Monthly, or both. According to the second edition of the OSCOLA Ireland Citation Guide, most Irish cases decided after 1998 have a neutral citation, and some prior to that have been retrospectively given a neutral citation. You can check if a case has a neutral citation or not by checking the website of the Irish Legal Information Institute. This case appeared in both a printed law report, the third volume of the Irish Reports in 2009, and it starts on page 745, and it has a neutral citation. It was the 44th judgment issued by the Supreme Court in that year. Note that Irish Reports has been shortened to IR, and the Irish Supreme Court has been shortened to IESC. Those are the accepted abbreviations as laid out in the Cardiff Index to Legal Abbreviations. If you wanted to refer to this case in an assignment, here's how you would construct the footnote that includes both the citation for the printed report and the neutral citation. In Cite Them Right, select Choose Your Referencing Style. Scroll down the page and click on OSCOLA. Select Legal from the quick links at the top and select Law Reports from the options given there. Scroll through the examples, and these cover a number of different scenarios. Here is an example of a case that appeared both in a printed law report and it has a neutral citation, so we will use this for our example. Using the example on the left for guidance, we're going to use the box on the right to format our footnote. Copy ready for pasting into your document. That was how to cite a case in OSCOLA. We're now going to look at how to cite and reference a journal article. Say I use something I read in this journal article in my essay. The information I'll need to record about this journal article is that the author is Yvonne Marie Daly. The title is The Right to Silence, Inferences and Interference. And this journal article appeared in the Australian and New Zealand Journal of Criminology in 2014, in volume 47, issue 1 of that journal, and it can be found on pages 59 to 80. This journal article also has a DOI. We know that OSCOLA abbreviates journal titles, so before we head into Cite Them Right, we need to duck into the Cardiff Index to Legal Abbreviations to check what is the accepted abbreviation for the Australian and New Zealand Journal of Criminology. And there it is, preferred abbreviation, ANS Crim. In Cite Them Right, click on Choose Your Referencing Style. Scroll down the page and select OSCOLA. From the quick links at the top, click on Journals. Then click on Journal Articles. We have an electronic journal with a DOI, so we will scroll down to eJournal Articles. There's a sample footnote on the left to guide you. Use the box on the right to format your own. Take their information out and put your own information in, leaving any capital letters and punctuation firmly in place. Copy ready for pasting into your document. If it's required to reference this journal article correctly in OSCOLA in your bibliography, scroll down to eJournals. Using the example in bibliography on the left, use the box on the right to format your reference. Take their information out and put your own information in, leaving any punctuation and capital letters firmly in place. Copy and paste into your document. That was a very quick run-through on how to correctly cite and reference a case and a journal article in OSCOLA using Cite Them Right. There is so much more information in Cite Them Right, and we would very much encourage you to go in and take a look at it. And if you have any problems, let us know.